Hey, internet friends, cousins, and scoundrels. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pull up a chair, honey, and let's have a chat. And since the algorithm really likes it when you interact with the content, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe since you're here. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get right into this.
I don't disagree that this has been a good trip and you've done a good job as a host, but it's like the Twilight Zone. Like, oh my God, you're amazing. Everything you do is perfect. And like, can we just be ourselves? Can we be real? Can we sit in a moment and enjoy and everybody be on the same playing field? I don't know. It's just too much ass kissing for me.
The previous day.
Right there. Just. Hey, it's all good. The life goes on, baby. It's okay.
I love you.
We'll talk. We're gonna talk. We have plenty of
Now, who took my seat, Stormy?
You want this seat?
I told her.
You can have it.
I can.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Have an amazing sit down.
I'm surprised Destiny is fighting for that chair that's sitting next to Melody.
I am super surprised to see Melody and Destiny sitting at this table next to each other, and I really feel like it was a forced play on Destiny's behalf. I never seen someone want to follow up like a wet puppy dog and sit in the lap so bad since like I was in high school. This is weird. It's giving weird for me.
Y'all, are we in the Twilight Zone? Because what the fuck was that? Dusty, you are the ass kisser, okay? Even Kimmy and Sunny were confused about this display of crazy. You know, I wish that production would have shown us everybody's reaction to that, because I know like hell, Kimmy and Sunny were not the only ones surprised to see Dusty wanting to race to sit, beside Mel. Get the hell out of here. No. And see, this is why everybody thinks Destiny is bipolar, okay? Do you see how fast that switch up happened? She came to the island already on 10 with an agenda and sat her funky ass at that table, straight up lying about Mel supposedly teaching Coleslaw how to cheat with Martell. Bitch, she knew it was a lie and told it anyway. I'm talking about told it anyway, then felt bad because she knew it was a lie straight from the pits of hell. That's why she tried to apologize and tell Mel that she loved her like 30 minutes later when they got back to the house. Bitch, no, that shit didn't work. Mel just appeased her with that little side hug and a promise to talk later because hell, Mel was on vacation, right? And she was the hostess. She didn't have time to play these kind of goddamn reindeer ass games with Destiny. No, hell no. And the truth is, Mel isn't interested in having any kind of conversation with Destiny in the first place. Look, she hadn't spoken to that woman in 2 years. And she was not invited on this trip. Listen, Destiny, fall back. Read the room, honey. Okay? Mel was just being a good hostess, right? This woman was not only out of town, but out of the country. Mel knows that she's broke, so she didn't throw her out of the house like Nell did, with Kiki when she showed up in Houston. And listen, that shit was wrong, okay? Because Nell was the one who invited Kiki on the trip, right? Kiki was welcome in the house. Nell invited her. If Tisha and Marceau had a problem, they were the ones who should have left since they were uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say that this just shows how, Mel was brought up, right? She was raised a certain way, and you just don't do people like that, right? Just like she said, you don't get folks out of town and just do them any kind of way. All right. Now, the next day, this same chick is practically glued to Mel's side, trying to corner her and talk to her about what's hurting her, acting like she's the victim while completely ignoring all the shit she has done to hurt Mel. Y'all, make this shit make sense. Dusty doesn't want to own up to none of the stuff she's done to cause the rift in her and Mel's relationship, right? And their friendship, right? No, she wants Mel to forgive and forget. No, bitch, that's not how it works. It just really isn't how it works, right? You can't cause somebody pain and then tell them when they should get over it, or tell them now it's time to reconcile. You don't get to decide that. No, ma'am. That's not up to you. That's up to the other person on whether or not they want to forgive you, move forward, or just leave you the fuck alone, right? And whatever decision they make, you have to live with that. That's for you to deal with. That's not for them to deal with. They've made a decision. But now that the trip's wrapping up and Mel simply asked if everyone had a good time and they all agreed that the trip was good, all of a sudden it's ass kissing central now? Well, bitch, if that's what that is, I can't even imagine what you'd call the shit you were doing this whole trip. Running behind this woman, crying and I love yous and what the fuck was all that? If merely agreeing that the trip was great and Mel did a good time, job in picking out the location and the house and the activities, if that was all ass kissing, what the fuck were you doing, ma'am? The thing is, Destiny is literally the female version of Martell. She's a carbon copy. The second she realizes that Mel isn't interested in being her friend, what does she do? She goes straight into attack mode. That's why she's so aligned with all the bullshit Martell is doing, right? If you can't get Mel on your side, their idea is to break her down and poke at her and do things to taunt her. That's what they both do, right? I mean, taunting Mel by showing up at her kids' tennis matches just to heckle her mom is sick. Posting Mel's kids on social media with slaw for clout or attention, sick. And then lying through her teeth on camera about things she knows didn't happen. That teaching coleslaw bullshit. Yeah, she knew that shit didn't happen, right? And for what? Doing it all for what, though? To get a reaction? To feel like she's in control? Bitch, is given obsession, babes. And it's honestly disturbing, right? Not only that, y'all make this shit make sense. Destiny is out here expecting Mel to call out random strangers on the internet, right? About their behavior. But she's hanging out with a known DV convict. Destiny's doing PSAs about domestic violence, but won't distance herself from an actual abuser. Girl, the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy of it all, right? It's like she's trying to play victim while also being the victimizer. Make it make sense. The math doesn't make sense to me, okay? Destiny, let me break this down for you, child. It's time for you and Martell to pack it up and move the fuck on, okay? Mel has zero interest in any kind of relationship with either of you beyond what's strictly necessary. Mel has to deal with Martell because they share young kids, and whether she likes it or not, co-parenting is a must, right? But Destiny, oh babes, you're getting the bare minimum for Mel. And that's honestly more than you deserve after all the stunts you've pulled, okay? And let's be real. Destiny only brought her dusty struggle pocket ass back to the show for a check and some relevancy. Hell, she ain't have shit going on outside of the show. She barely got it going on with the show, if we're going to keep it a buck, right? And instead of taking this chance to redeem herself or build some real connections, she's busy chasing after Mel, trying to stir up some drama for screen time. Y'all don't know how to use the platform. Y'all are all using this damn platform wrong, hell, if the truth be told. Everybody except for Mel and Stormy. This is 100 to 200,000 eyes every week for y'all to showcase a product, some excellence. But instead, y'all are serving up nonsense, drama, side chicks and side dudes, mug shots, police records. Get the fuck out of here. This is nonsense. It's stupid. And Destiny's getting nothing but arm's length interaction from Mel because she's messy, hell, manipulative, and downright exhausting. She aligned herself with Martell thinking that would keep her in the mix, right? But all it did was, expose her desperation. The difference is Mel has to tolerate Martell for the sake of her kids, but she has zero obligation to put up with Destiny's bullshit. So all she's getting is a cordial hello and a polite goodbye. And honestly, the way Destiny, just keeps trying to insert herself into Mel's life, you'd think she was a part of the co-parenting deal too. No, ma'am, you're not on that level. Mel's already juggling enough with, Martell's antics. She's not about to entertain Destiny's bullshit too. She's just not, right? She's not going to do it. The only contact Destiny's gonna get is what's required for the cameras. And after that, it's gonna be crickets, boo. Listen, truth is, Dusty should have caught on to that a long time ago, okay? It's been 2 years since Mel has spoken to her, right? Mel wasn't checking for her then. She ain't checking for her now. And she's definitely not trying to rekindle any kind of friendship with this woman. So Destiny, why are you still so pressed? Bitch, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And real talk, right? While we're at it, I'm going to ask this again. Where are your friends, Dusty? I mean, who's really in your corner? Like, seriously. Because from what we saw on this trip, it's clear that none of these ladies are riding with you like that. You didn't come here as anybody's plus one. Couldn't have been. Because you were too busy running up behind Mel, desperately trying to get her attention, right? Now, I could tell Trish was there, for Stormy, and Tisha and Kimmy were locked in, but you were on this island by yourself. No friends, no real support system. You were just playing the role of crash dummy, okay? You weren't there as anyone's girl. You were there to be the entertainment. You were the one Tisha and Kimmy invited to be the fool. And baby, you didn't disappoint. Because you look very much so foolish. But let me ask this, right? How about this? Instead of worrying about, as you say, these folks ass kissing because they gave Mel a simple compliment about the vacation, why don't you take a second and ask yourself why it's so damn important for you to get the attention and friendship of a woman you spend all of your confessional time dragging? Look, you stay talking about how Mel is the problem, but you're the one obsessing over her every move. You even have a whole YouTube series, your Miserable Mondays, that's focused on her. Let that sink in for a minute. An entire series dedicated to someone who you supposedly say you can't stand. You're practically running a free PR campaign in Mel's honor with how much her name stays in your damn mouth. Make the shit make sense. Listen, if she's so terrible and fake, why are you so pressed about being close to her? Huh? Why does it hurt you so much when she doesn't give you the time of day? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you're putting way too much effort to get the approval of someone you claim to dislike. It's giving obsessed fangirl, and it's not a good look, Dusty. You need to focus on getting yourself together instead of begging for attention from a woman who's already shown you she's not interested. This looks like a pattern to me, and that's why your ass should really seek professional help. Y'all stay bringing up how Mel doesn't keep friends. No, Mel doesn't keep people around her that don't mean her well. But Dusty, where are your friends, ma'am? Hello, where are your friends? Why is it every time we see you, you're clinging onto people who clearly don't want you around? Maybe you should take a long look in the mirror and figure out why you're always the odd man out. Why people don't seek or keep meaningful relationships with you, ma'am. What are you doing? The fact that you're on national TV, running around crying over another woman's husband says a lot, right? You're upset because Nell asked Sonny when she and her husband, Moses, is planning on having kids? Why does that upset you? Oh, you really sat there and said that. That hurt me because you're asking her about her having kids with my ex. Ma'am, what? Your ex, Hula Barrick? Girl, please. Be fucking for real. Listen, we all know Moses wasn't even your man to begin with. Let's not rewrite history, okay? Moses was a married man when you spent 15 years fucking on him, okay? You were married too at some point in there. So for the majority of this situationship, y'all weren't even exclusive. Hell, y'all barely had a real relationship even when you were both single. But here you are collapsing into a heap of tears because Sonny married him. Girl, can you please spare me these theatrics? This shit is ridiculous. Girl, you took vows with LeBaric, had a whole child with him, and your ass is out here collecting mugshots because of that man. But you want us to believe that you have no emotion, no anger, no irritation for your actual ex-husband who's been taking you up through it? What? No, instead you're in your feelings over Sonny's happiness with Moses? Girl, please, you lost the plot, babe. You say Moses ain't shit. You said he was sleeping with everybody in St. Louis. But you mad because he's happily married and moving on? No, this is giving psycho and it's pathetic. If this woman's happiness bothers you that much, then maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate why you're so mad, right? Why does this bother you so? I mean, hell, you claim she betrayed you, right? Fine. Then be done with them. Pay them dust. And Lord knows you got plenty of dust to go around. Look, you have the privilege of walking away without looking back because you don't have any kids tying you to this man, right? There's no lifelong connection here. Lucky you, hun. Meanwhile, Mel doesn't have that option. She is tethered to Martell for life because of their kids. And by extension, she's stuck dealing with his raggedy asshole too. Okay? Sloth's child is her kid's sibling. That's a lifelong connection, right? And Mel is forced to manage that whether she likes it or not, okay? Mel's kids has to be around that woman because of that little boy Martell had with her, right? And that's a shit sandwich. Hell, Mel has to eat. She's got to deal with it. And you're sitting there choosing to involve yourself in drama over a man you were never even married to, girl. You don't have kids with. If this isn't the saddest shit I have ever seen, I'm almost positive Mel would give anything to have the freedom to just cut ties and walk completely away, right? But here you are playing the victim over a situation you can easily get the fuck away from. It's comedy. This is pure comedy. How you've made somebody else's husband your biggest concern when your own dusty baggage is piling up back home. Bitch, you have warrants, you have debts you owe, you have a ex-husband who is dragging you and taking you up through the court system every time you look left and right. Make it make sense. You out here catching cases in real time. But you out here crying and carrying on and all this stuff over another woman's husband. All you're doing is highlighting your own desperation. Dusty, you're out here volunteering to be the side chick in somebody else's love story when you could just be minding your own business. You gotta hand it to Mel though. She handled the situation like a pro. She did. Every time Dusty tried to stir up some bullshit, Mel just politely shut her ass down, right? Dusty was only able to get under Mel's skin once with that coleslaw lie. And then after that, hell, Mel kept it cool, calm, and collected. And she just shut her down every other time. Even that little attempt at the table with Nell, when Dusty tried to make it a big deal about how Nell asked Sonny about her having a baby with her own husband, right? Mel wasn't having it. No, ma'am. She hit her with that, hey, that was a natural question because we were all talking about kids. So we can move on. We won't ask those types of questions no more, okay? Now that we know that bothers you, okay? And hell, Dusty didn't have nothing else she could say to that. It was logical. It made too much fucking sense, okay? And listen, Mel was not about to let you have the last moment on the last day of the trip. Hell no. She wasn't going to let you do that. Okay. And that's how you elegantly erase a hoe's footprint or importance level in your life. You see, Dusty is getting true corporate coworker treatment, and I love it for her. I do. See, you don't pop off at a bitch at work. You just handle them accordingly. And it was exquisite. Mel's like, here's your rose hoe, your souvenir picture, and the door. Now kick rocks, bitch. Absolutely, get the fuck on. And she will see that when they get back to Huntsville, that the block button has definitely been activated. Girl, sit down. Oh. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight that part in the episode because that kissing ass comment, girl, it really did send me. Okay, she got the nerve. This chick really has the audacity to say that people were kissing ass when that was what she was doing the whole time. Since she got there, was run up behind Mel and kiss her ass. Please, child. Anywho, do you think Destiny is doing all of this because she is genuinely wanting to be Mel's friend that bad? Or is she just trying to get close to Mel again and help Martell get back in? And look, do you think that Destiny is really hurt because Moses married Sunny and is building a family with her? Or would Dusty be this upset if Moses married any woman besides her? Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, bet you know now.